Welcome, Bandwidth Bandits presents the first installment of our anime-based content. This first series is going to be revolving around special moves and techniques in the Dragon Ball universe specifically. Let us begin by establishing the criteria that we are going to use when considering what a special move or technique is. We are not going to be discussing techniques that are ki blasts like the Big Bang attack or wave attacks like Kamehameha or Special Beam Cannon, which means we won't be discussing the techniques that do damage to either you or your opponent. Now don't get us wrong, we do love us some Final Flash, but that will have to wait. We're going to start with the Dragon Ball series, move into the Dragon Ball Z series, and then work our way to the special techniques that appear in the Dragon Ball Super series. With the rules of engagement established, let's get right into it. Dragon Ball, the beloved introduction to the now famous protagonist Goku, where we watch him awkwardly grow into the hero we know and love. Throughout his adventures, he encounters many battles, and with these come a flurry of techniques, the first of which is shapeshifting. As we see in the 4th episode of Dragon Ball, Oolong is terrorizing a small village by shapeshifting into monsters and increasing his size to kidnap girls from the village. We even see later on that after a few tries, Oolong can transform into an exact copy of Bulma. What a hand. What's really useful is that he provides us with crucial details about this technique, by stating that he can only stay shapeshifted for 5 minutes. We later find out that Puar, having mastered the technique, is able to retain her form indefinitely. But wait. We find out from a short dialogue that shapeshifting does not actually modify the user's strength. We only ever see this technique used by a few characters in the series. Raidi and Zakuro from Dragon Ball Z also seem to have some sort of shapeshifting ability, although it could just be a perception-altering ability of some kind. Other than that, we don't really see much shapeshifting after Dragon Ball, which doesn't allow for a whole lot of exploration into shapeshifting's limitations. Now, the ability to change into anything or anyone can be a very lucrative and dangerous technique. Oolong stated that he learned this technique from a so-called shapeshifting academy. That being the case, would it only take a lesson or two from this academy to learn such a technique? Or what happens if a more intellectual fighter visits this academy and acquires this technique? For instance, Gohan or Piccolo? Well, what happens if a fighter that is very cunning and ruthless, like Cell or Hit, decide to acquire this ability? I think that shapeshifting would be much more useful in their hands. But, of course, we only see mediocre or trivial uses of such a frightening technique. That about wraps up our video regarding the shapeshifting technique. What do you think about shapeshifting? Is it an underutilized technique? Could it be something truly terrifying? If we missed any shapeshifters or other morphing techniques in the Dragon Ball series or Dragon Ball universe, let us know in the comments below, which conveniently will enter you into our gift card giveaways. Have a delightful day. Later.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.